Hey everybody, Sue Skirvin here. I just am popping on here today because, if there's something that you're excited about, something that can help other people and maybe save them some money and also be able to be something long-term that they would be able to take advantage of now and have it be something that will have residual effects for years and years and years to come. And so I'm hopping on here, of course, to share about our Fridgesmart containers. And I know many of you know about it, but I've been hearing from a lot of people through word of mouth that you don't know about it, and even people who are on social media a lot that don't typically miss anything have missed out on the opportunity to know that this is the time of year when Tupperware does their annual Fridgesmart sale. But we only have about 8 days left, so I felt compelled to really hop on here and make sure that everybody not only knew that that was going on, but introduce it to some of you all that maybe don't even know that they exist. And we have found that too. But it is something that's been around for about 24, 25 years. So yeah, if you haven't seen Tupperware in a long time, you may have missed them, okay? It's kind of the second generation, but the Fridgesmart containers are designed to save your produce 2 to 3 times longer than if you kept it in the original containers that it comes in from the grocery store or wherever you buy your produce from. And how they work is they have a slide on the top that regulates the oxygen that goes in and out of the container. And they have found that through different studies that different fruits and vegetables require different amounts of oxygen. Who knew, right? So some of them are low breathers where they don't really need a lot of oxygen in and out of the container, but they do need to stay up off the bottom of the container. So many of you probably remember the old lettuce keeper that had the spike in the bottom. This configuration on the bottom does the exact same thing, but you can't throw it away. And that's what happened a lot of times with that spike. So those low breathers can be in the container, they can be ready to be used and stay fresh 2 to 3 times longer than what it would normally be. And I'm speaking a lot of times for this size of maybe strawberries, blueberries, things like that will fit perfectly in here. I actually have strawberries and a Granny Smith apple in this one because I'm going to be using that later. But it is something that anything that's in the same low breather category can go in the same container. So I could have mixed the strawberries and the blueberries had I wanted to. The next category over is the moderate breathers, and they need a little bit of oxygen in and out of that container to maximize their life expectancy, okay? And so things like your lettuce, as an example, or your green onions, things like that. And if you think about it, lettuce in the old lettuce keeper that had the spike in the bottom, you guys remember that one, it actually kept it great, but these will keep it longer, believe it or not. And they do have different shapes, so that if you are buying, say, romaine lettuce and things, you need a longer one. If you're buying iceberg lettuce, obviously, typically what people will do is clean it, core it, separate it, and just put them side by side in here. But then you can mix other things in there, like those green onions I mentioned. So if you always put green onions on your salad when you make salads, then you can put them in the same container. So you don't have to have a different container for everything you buy. And then the third category is the heavy breathers. And those need a lot of oxygen in and out of the container. So that's going to include like your broccoli, your spinach, things that need to have that extra oxygen in there to maximize their life. And I will tell you that, and many of you guys know this because I do talk about it a lot, there's only 2 of us in the household. So I buy almost all of my produce at one of the big box stores, Sam's to be exact, okay, because it's the closest to me. And so broccoli and spinach and Brussels sprouts and celery and asparagus, what do I have here? This one's broccoli and spinach. I actually purchased these on May 28th, and the reason I know that is because we had company for 2 weeks. So I went produce shopping before they came. So this is the broccoli that came May 28th, which is still basically fresh, and that 3 weeks, I think today or yesterday was the lifetime that this has been around. Put your produce in here naked and dirty. Don't wash it first because that actually speeds up the aging process. So take it out of the packaging and dump it right into the container. Now, if it's something you're going to use up within, a week or 2, go ahead and wash it and put it in there if you want to. This is the spinach though. Honest to goodness, you guys, May 28th I bought this. And I typically use it mostly for my drinks. I do one of those green drinks, okay? So we mix it in with lettuce and stuffs occasionally too. But this is May 28th. This is almost 3 weeks old. So when I tell you they save you money and time, because I'm not running back and forth to the grocery store to buy new produce and having to throw any away. And that's like throwing money in the garbage can. And right now with produce, along with everything else at the grocery store being so darn expensive, as I said, I just felt like it was something I needed to really make sure that everybody knew about it before it was gone. Because you hate to hear about a good deal when it's over, right? So the chart on the front of the container, though, is actually in those 3 categories. And when you see them up close, you'll see that there's 3 circles at the top of one of each category. One is totally solid. Those are those low breathers. They don't need the oxygen in and out. And that's all of your fruits. So this one is just strawberries. So all of the fruits that you have, fresh cut fruits, watermelon, any of that kind of jazz, you can mix it in the same container. As I said, you don't have to have a different container for everything that you buy. And then you have the second one that has the circle and it's half shaded, half open. And then you have the circle that's totally open. And on the seal itself, it has the same circles down here. And this slides to 3 positions, okay? There's the middle, there's the far one side, and then it goes back to the middle, and it goes back to the other side. So once you load these with whatever fruits and vegetables you're gonna put in them, chances are you won't change that setting very often. Usually what happens when I use up the spinach and the broccoli is I will wash the container out. Sometimes I don't, to be honest. But sometimes I just scoop out the old, put in the new if there's only a little bit, maybe put a paper towel in between so I can see the old first and use it up before I get down to the other. But otherwise, you just basically refill them. So if you keep the same produce on hand all the time, you probably, like I said, won't change it unless it's something seasonal, and then you may find yourself that you change it. So one of the pieces they have right now that we don't always have, I mentioned that large one, these are romaine hearts, and these were bought the same time that the other items were bought. So we haven't used very much, as I said, so we didn't do a lot of salads while they were here, but it's still good, you guys. So I could continue to pull from this for sandwiches or salads or any of that. And one other size that is available right now too, and this also was bought at the same time. I didn't buy this at Sam's though. I think I bought the cilantro at Walmart is usually where I get that, but it's one of the tall ones. So this fits in your refrigerator door if you want to, but this is one and a half bunches left. I think I bought 4 bunches when they came because we were going to be doing a lot of different dishes where we needed it, but this is still just, it's not slimy. And again, 3 weeks this has been in here, honest to goodness, okay? So the setting for cilantro is like your lettuce, so it's a moderate breather. And if I had green onions, I could stand those up in here with it because they're in the same breathing category. So if they're in the same category, you can mix them in the same container. But the special that Tupperware has right now that they do usually every year is a 4-piece set. So it's the large one on the bottom that I have the spinach and the broccoli in. It's also one that is the same in diameter, just different in depth. So it's what we call a medium shallow, and this one's the medium deep, okay? So if you wanted to lay down in there some baby carrots, or if you had your asparagus, you wanted to lay it down. Typically though, if it grows vertically, it should be stored vertically. So that tall one that I just had the cilantro in is a good one for your asparagus or carrots, things like that. But you can lay them down in here. They'll still last longer than if you kept them in the package, okay, where they didn't have any aeration at all in that container. So you get one of the medium shallows, one of the medium deeps, and then you get 2 of the small deeps in that set. And it's a better than BOGO, okay? It's a buy one, get one, more than free because the set itself, you get 8 pieces right now, and it's $99 for all 8 pieces. So if you typically added them all together, it would be a lot more, and then you would have 2 sets on it. But this set, this 4-piece set, is a buy one, get one free right now, but it's only good until next Wednesday. So it goes off next Wednesday evening, so a week from today. So reach out to your consultant because it definitely is a savings, and you'll have them forever. You know, I mentioned that lifetime warranty, or maybe I didn't. I think I was in a different video, but they have a lifetime warranty. So if anything ever does happen to a seal or a container, they replace it for free. You just snap a picture of it, send it to your consultant, and then they can get a new one to you. So it is something that will save you money year after year after year, summer after summer after summer. So you don't have to be concerned about rising prices and all that. You'll be able to really stretch your grocery dollars. And I'll show you one more piece that's actually out right now. And it's the biggest of all of them. So if you're a corn lover, or you like to buy the whole watermelons and cut them up, any of those large things, cantaloupes are great inside here. Apples, if you buy the bags of apples and stuff, this can replace your crisper drawer that doesn't really crispen, okay? You can pull that drawer out and slide this in place of it, and you can mix like items, as I said before. So if you have an enormous amount of strawberries, maybe a flat, you could go ahead and put the whole flat in here. Wash them as you use them. Remember me saying that? So that you don't have them going bad quicker, because the washing speeds up the aging process. So anyway, so this is, like I said, not one that we have all the time. This is the set that is the buy one, get one free set. And I am going to hop off of here because I actually have a party this afternoon, and so this could start your party. You know, if you have a need or a purchase, want to purchase these, maybe split it with a friend even, that could start your party. You know, our parties are still alive and well, and you can choose how you do them. In person, which is this one's in person because we're going to cook something, but in person, virtual, there's so many different ways of doing them now. So if you have something you want to purchase, why not let your consultant open up a link for you and share it with your friends? You know, I mean, if you haven't seen Tupperware in a long time, chances are they haven't either. So I actually had put together some stir-fried vegetables in here because we're going to be doing a little stir-fry in the Micro Pro grill at this party. So if you're there, you get to come and taste it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.